More than 200 companies, everyone from Coca-Cola to Cargill, wrote Secretary of State Tillerson today decrying the effects of the foreign aid cuts. Here to take us through this important issue is Andrew Tisch, co-chairman of Loews Corporation. Welcome to the program. Good to have you here, Andrew.
Thanks, David.
So explain why this is important to companies. I mean, we understand why foreign aid is important to the country, but why is it important specifically for companies to make sure we have foreign aid?
Well, when you think about it, 1 out of 5 American jobs, 41 million jobs, are dependent either directly or indirectly on foreign trade. And not having those jobs is easily accessible because we have less and less foreign aid is something that should be of concern to every business that does business both domestically and overseas.
So what are the advantages? I mean, first of all, foreign aid is much less than people think it is.
It's much less. The foreign affairs and foreign aid budget is less than 1% of the total budget. And foreign aid itself is about 0.3% of the total U.S. budget.
So what would be the effect on American business, and on financial markets for that matter, if we just eliminated? Now, they're not talking about eliminating, they're talking about cutting it by a third. But if we just eliminated it, what would be the effect?
Well, the effect on business would be that you would lose to foreign competition. China has increased their foreign aid by 780% since 2002. And you know that more and more countries are spending more and more money in Africa, South America, and Asia to try and get that business that is otherwise coming to the United States.
Andrew, one of the big headlines over the weekend was the amount of money spent on defence contracts over in Saudi Arabia. There's also discussion that they'll end the foreign military grants and replace them with loans. Let's think about who could step in. If the likes of China and Russia, could they fill that void? Will these countries stop looking at these loans that could come from the United States and start looking for foreign military aid from elsewhere?
I'm sure they would, but I think they'd also have to look at the technology that they're buying and whether the technology that the United States has to offer is more advanced than that of other countries. So there's a major technological point of view that comes into play at that point.
So to some extent, then, this administration is doing something quite wise, that they know that they don't have to give the money away, that they can provide the loans because they know they've got the technology?
Well, yes, but a lot of that money is not going to the top of the pyramid, it's going to the bottom of the pyramid. It's going to foreign aid at the base, at the agricultural level of some of these countries. A few years ago, I was in Kenya and Ethiopia, and had the chance to see at the base of the pyramid where the money is going to. And I can tell you that the money is going to subsistence and survival and to helping the lowest levels of society move up. And when you do that, you have you have fewer people who are feeling that they are underprivileged.
Is there room then, would it be wiser to look at the foreign aid program in its separate entities and level things towards where you think they should be focused and actually do the kind of things that this administration is discussing when it comes to the military kind of spending?
Well, there's no question that we should be looking at where we're spending our money. And I'm not in the position to say exactly where, but I think what we shouldn't do is just wholesale cut at 31%, which is what is on the table right now. And 120 3- and 4-star retired generals and admirals agree with me, and 43 senators. I mean, there is enough of a hue and cry that I think it warrants having a close look at it. And we're calling on Secretary Tillerson to work with business to really come up with how we can best spend the money so that it projects the U.S. image as effectively as possible in many of these countries.